just wrap things up. I want you to type me the best or the most detail that you possibly could
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now from this conversation.
yeah.
Go. I don't care if it's offensive. Everything. Go all in.
Yeah, totally. Okay, sure. So starting from the to the checklist. So I'm looking at somebody. The first thing I'm asking myself. Again, I'm asking myself. I'm not asking you. I don't necessarily care how you currently view yourself. That'll kind of evolve over time. So I'm going, all right, is Ryan, is he freaking out about things? Is he going on and on about the printer and the Illuminati? Like I had a good one just the other day. It's like, oh, my friend came over to use the shower, and the shower knobs both go this way rather than together. And so it's just like I can't stop obsessing over the shower knobs go this way versus this way. It's like, is Ryan hijacking is his brain trying to process things versus people like no. And like as I'm watching you with information, you're relatively balanced on information. You can listen just fine, gather in just fine, organize just fine, and there's a calmness with the information. Then little things that I'll catch, little subtleties that'll come out, like with your interview with Russell and Alex. Is that how you say her name? Alex? With those two, there's like an interest in like, I'm interested in the people. What is going on in the minds of others? I'm like, ah, right there. That is a fear using relativity. I don't have that. The observers, the double deciders, don't have. They're like, yeah, other people, whatever. I know other people. They're cool. It's like there's not a fascination. There's not a weird kind of like a spike, an interest. So I'm looking for those binary coins. Then I'm also looking for or what I'm seeing is thinking over feeling, that you're logicking things. Therefore, if I were to get to know you more, it'd be like, oh, the hard area would be the feelings, when the emotions, bubble up and knock out the thinking brain. Your body's full of chemicals and bad emotional states, or especially if the emotions have to do with people, like say all the other people hate you and they're upset, that should be the negative. Now, I haven't seen that. I have to get to know you more and be like, hey, dude, what's really hard in life? So I'll be kind of, if it is the T, then it should be the feelings that are hard. And then if that's TI, TI introverted, meaning your logic is not it's not a shit spray of logic. Shani and I both have TE, where it's just like this will be funny for you. Like, I don't know my ideas. I don't know my thoughts unless I talk them out loud. And then as soon as I will kind of look through the spectrum of reasons and ideas, and I'll see what kind of lands with people. I'll be like, okay, this reason. And then you'll ask me tomorrow and I'll completely forget what the hell I said, because the TE is just going off of the crack spectrum of I'll just work it out in the moment, where the TI is doing different. The TI, you can see their little gears moving, where they're like, okay, hold on. Let me build that. Hold on, let me build that. Because the TI is responsible for truth. It's responsible for accuracy. They'll get to how does it work, but it has to be done right. The TE is like, I don't give a shit how it works. I don't care what's right. I got to go, So I'm seeing TI versus TE, and then seeing double observers in the middle. Seeing that you're respecting information. So what you're not doing is you're not Robert Downey Jr. You're not head in the clouds, where you are. You're not creating a void where you are disrespecting science or disrespecting facts or disrespecting groundings, and therefore the people around you are feeling this void of like, dude, I wish you would get grounded. So that's saying sensory more than intuition. But again, those two are going to be in the middle. So it's going to be a 60-40 balance. So it's just like the approach is going to be like, let me gather in all these facts, and then I'm going to figure out how they go. I'm going to figure out the puzzle. I'm going to figure out the connection, but that's kind of the destination, And then along those lines, the sensory is extroverted, so you're gathering in information in the factual world from all, and then therefore the intuition is introverted. You want to pull in and go, okay, here's the concepts, here's what's going on, here's the plan, here's the organized, and that's kind of the destination. So so that's kind of the type. So it'd be like, TI at the top, which I'm seeing that, FE at the bottom, which I'm not seeing that. I got to get to know you more.
Yeah.
And then the double observers in the middle with SE and NI, or sensing and intuition, in the middle. So that's kind of the type. And then overlaying with that is the modalities. And that's a whole another kind of thing. It seems to be, there's a cross check with, and this all sounds so silly, like to any real scientist listening, it's so ridiculous. But it's like, what we're tracking is like, your logic is masculine. Your logic is solid. Again, my interpretation, my opinion, this is what I would put on my notepad. We have to see what Shani sees, So it's like every function has a masculine or a feminine. And so your logic is going to be shovey and solid. Mine's not. My logic is feminine. So mine, like, I forget it constantly. You're going to be like, I got it worked out and it's solid. Same with the facts. So it'll be like memory of like timelines. We'll see like, you know, who was your sixth grade teacher and what did you do in 2017? You're like, oh, hold on, I could probably work that out. Okay, that was before this event. That was this. So there's like the masculine sensory. We can see that there's a memorizing of the timeline, spatial awareness, kinesthetic, a lot of stuff that's already out there online. Kinesthetic, spatial awareness, timeline, and then therefore the movable, the feminine, is actually going to be the demons. So it'll be the NI and the FE. So it's like, in theory, the math would say when you go into a demon swing. So when you have a really bad day, this might be once a year or whatever. Like, will there'll be this wash of this abstract, emotional, overwhelming feelings that come out of nowhere. Like, it's going to be very feminine, very bitchy, very emotional, very upsetting, very opposite of the savior state. So the savior state is cool guy, science guy, nice guy, logical guy, calm guy in the tribe. But then there's a balance that then once that spins out, it's going to be pretty scary and pretty intense. Other people, they'll have their, it's kind of like you get it one way. It's either like in this aggressive swing once a year or these little swings all day long. You know what I mean? So you're more towards the larger swing on every once in a while. So yeah, that would be the sexual energy. Is the thinking is masculine, the sensing is masculine, and the intuition is feminine, and the feeling is feminine, and therefore the modalities are going to be more towards the audio kinesthetic or the more masculine side modalities. Not all the way, but a little bit more towards the masculine versus the feminine side, you know. So yeah, something like that.
That sounded pretty accurate. I honestly feel like I spend a lot of my time thinking about what other people are thinking. And I feel like you nailed that with the first thing that you were talking about.
Yeah. That's what we call like the savior demon. So it's like people around you would never know that. If you told your friends and family, you're like, hey, so I know I'm this quiet guy that disappears and doesn't talk to you for days at a time, but I really am thinking about and caring about others. They'd be like, what the hell, really? Seriously? And it's like what is going on in autopilot is what we call the saviors. But then like the demons, for somebody who's kind of in a, you know, healthy self-growth state, is like they're desiring their demons. So for you, it's like there's going to be a desire for, I want to understand the abstract, the people, the emotions, and I care about others. But that's not how your life is defined, where people are annoyed by it. That's the church lady. The church lady is desiring that, but she's doing it 18 hours a day to where people are like, would you just go spend some quiet time? You know? So that's what gets interesting with people of like, that's really good that you can see that so fast, because a lot of people they'll not distinguish what they're doing all day on autopilot and what they're desiring. They're like, oh, I desire to help people all day. Like, yeah, but you're not. You're mostly in the lab. Like, yeah, but I'm going to help people. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the point of view of the person of what they're really desiring, oftentimes, just one last example, I'll shut up. But it's like we see the most chaotic people, just crazy, the EPs, so much chaos running around, like literally in and out of jail. And you talk to them and they're like, dude, I'm just obsessed with control and organize. You're like, I would never know. But like the brain is thinking, if I gather everything, then I'll have the best control. And mine's the other way. If I control everything, then I'll have the best experience, and then for the TI, it's like, if I figure everything out and I get it to work and it's right and it's accurate, that's going to be the best way to help the people. And that's the program.
Sounds like I'm in the right profession, considering I'm in the medical field and I need to solve problems and help people. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Yes.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know you're probably pretty busy, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much for reaching out. You're a cool guy. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate this.
You're pretty cool yourself.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.